Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships Reckless Reviews with M3, your boy, and the Sophisticated Jerk. Make sure you, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching us from other platforms, get your minds right, and also follow and subscribe to us on YouTube. Big Stan says hit that like button. Big Stan, we gotta bring you up here today, man. I know you missed last week's show, but we gotta bring you up here, brother, because this is gonna be a hot topic for you to discuss about. So I'll send a
What's
link to
good,
you.
Stan?
hmm What up, Sophisticated Jerk, man? How you doing, my brother?
Oh man, doing all right, man. How's everything going with you?
Man, things pretty much going well, man. And on the side note, like I'm looking at myself on this camera, and for some reason, man, I'm looking all HD like, man. Like I don't know if Apple has some type of update, man, to make
yeah,
like
you
make it
looking
look like
clear
a
as
pro.
hell, man. That's why I was looking at my camera work. I'm like, I'm about to send that back. I'm about to get what you got.
Hey, some people will say, man, teach handily, right? Well, give it a clear skin, but hey, man, rubbing alcohol does the trick as well too, man. So shout out to the rubbing alcohol, man. But especially when you're on the budget. But yeah, man. Today's topic, man, is we have a voluptuous modern woman who says that men that makes 50K and under should not date. Okay, I just want that to marinate to you guys. If any of you guys are hardworking average earners, you making 50K and below, I'm just gonna tell you straightforward, man. Don't even waste your time. Go on dates, man, because if you can't afford it, you know you shouldn't go out, man. So
Yeah, she said keep your ass out the dating pool. If you make under 50K, she said you got paid like you weigh out here.
right. So, anyways, though, let me go ahead. I'm gonna present this clip to you guys of this beautiful, voluptuous woman. So that way you guys will know, like, hey man, like, some people they have standards, and this is what you need to work hard for in order for you to date this woman in a certain type of caliber, Let me go ahead and put a little screen share on here. You know what I mean? All right. Give out 1 second, y'all. And also shout outs to the ones, man, who's watching us like on Instagram. Salutes to you guys. Make sure you guys, again, like Stan said, hit that like button on Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube. And if you're new, please join in and subscribe. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna pull this lady up, right? All right. So here we go. Oh, what's my sound effects? Here we go. Let me go ahead and send a link to you guys in advance. So, Stan, let me know if you're still here listening. The link is definitely going to be pinned to the top on Knowledge and Relationships. So, make sure I do that. So, that way it'll be easier for you guys. Bam. All right. We also have Quantum Love in the building. Salute to Quantum Love. Quantum Love, it'll be nice if you could show up and come up on the panel. I know it's pretty rare, but if you can, come on to Knowledge and Relationships, and the link is pinned to the top. But peace and blessings to you guys. All right, let's go ahead and we start the video, okay?
All right, let's go ahead.
All right, we're gonna play this from the 46:25 mark in all fair use. I will pause and give our commentaries every now and then.
Yeah, you can't protect me if that's what you're doing and that's your motive and that's how you get your money. Yeah. And let's be honest, I don't really know many rich drug dealers because they live that life. They're spending it. As fast as it's coming, they're spending it. And so you might come up on a little come up in a man that's like, hey baby, here's 20 bands. And if you're smart with it, you'll go do with it what you know you need to do. Right. But when you're with a hustler, you don't. Because the money keeps rolling in. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. He take you out. His homies all got girls in Chanel and Balenciagas and whatever. And you're like, damn, I need to go get that. And so you go take your little money and you go shopping to make your little boomerang. And now your bank account is suffering until he gives you another chunk. Right. You don't know how long that's going to be, how long that's going to last. That's true. So realistically, you just have to be wise with who you date, because as a man, you can easily slip into a situation with a woman that keeps you stagnant and at the bottom. If you get with a woman that's moving and she's got, what I say now? Motion?
Yeah,
a little motion. I got motion. I got a little seasoning. I'm a little aged, okay? Like fine wine. But yeah, when you got a little motion and you're in
Delusional is fine.
Right.
You can elevate a man easily, one that wants to be.
Right. Okay.
But if you're making 50K and you're looking for one of these,
oh hell no! One of these where there's another chick in the room or something.
Hey. we had to definitely take a pause on this one, right? Let me give a shout out to Flow State. Salute to Flow State. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Flow State, if you're new to Knowledge and Relationships, please subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube. That would definitely mean a lot as well. And Quantum Love says 20 bands means a lot more than shopping and keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, right. And then we also have Just Star in the building. She says, big up, gang, gang. All right, big up to you, Just Star. Again, everyone, if you guys want to join in onto the conversation, it is pinned at the top on Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube. So please feel free to join in and get the likes up over there as well. And if you watch it from other platforms, definitely give a like as well too. And also shout outs to the Intellectual Soapbox as well. She said, Flow State says dealers are users 98% of the time. This distinction is mostly legal, no RL. Okay, don't know what RL stands for, but please definitely elaborate. But yeah, so sophisticated jerk, man. You know the deal. So in order for people like us to get one of these, he says not real life, to get one of these, okay, these fine voluptuous baddies right here, you know what I mean? We gotta make beyond 50K a year. Otherwise, we're not qualified to date someone as special as she is.
Yeah, that threw me off guard. The delusion is real. Like somebody gassed her up. That's what happened. Her man, whoever he is, my man put it on heavy. Like, look, you're a dime. So she took that and ran with it. But yeah, she set that marker. She was like, look. She looked around to the homegirls in the room. Like, look, you want one of us? She looped herself into that. She was like, look, you want one of us type of chicks. You gotta hit that threshold. Like, you gotta get your money. So yeah, she definitely feeling herself.
Here's the thing. Some people may actually find this to be reasonable because all she's asking for a man is to make over. Well, actually, hold on. This is the part where it gets a little tricky, right? Because we could literally say that, oh, that's easy. I make 55K a year. Or I make 60K a year. So now I qualify. Even although she did say that if you make 50K a year, then don't bother dating her. You know what I mean?
Well, she said dating, period. She was like, you shouldn't be dating at all. She said, she ain't saying her. She said, you shouldn't even be in the market. She's like, you shouldn't be dating at all. Yeah, so. Hey, can you go back? Let's hold on. Let's go back. I want to hear how she caveated where she was like, us. Go. Can you play that back a little bit?
Yeah, you want me to go backwards? Like, let's see. Like,
yeah, just where she was like, she started looking around, was like, us.
Like,
yeah, us, look ratchet as hell.
All right. Let's go ahead and play this real quick. All right. And again, for those who's watching, subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. If you have not subscribed, just go type in Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube and hit that subscribe button.
Okay, like fine wine. But yeah, when you got a little motion and you're in action, right? You can elevate a man easily, one that wants to be. Right. Okay. But if you're making 50K and you're looking for one of these, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. And it's not about my shoes cost this and my Mac makeup cost this. It ain't about that. It's about what experiences can you do for me? How can you elevate me mentally if you're still stuck at 50K and comfortable? Right. 50K is not comfortable. I've made 50K before, and baby, I was getting yellow tags on the door all the time, with my electric about to be shut off.
It's just not realistic.
It's not,
in this economy.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be at 50.
It's not.
So for the fellas that's making 50, use this little word to inspire you to tap into the things that you know. Knowledge is the new currency.
Right.
For real, for real. You can sell knowledge like this. And so whatever you've experienced in whatever line of work you got, I mean, we got fellas running the show.
For 1 second. Shout outs to Smitty's Corner. Yes, we are definitely alive, Smitty.
Good, Smitty.
Yeah, if you see me and Sophisticated Jerk, yep, 9 times out of 10, we are live. And then super bright, shiny stuff. Salutes to you. Thank you for tuning in. And then Smitty says, what we have on, Mr. Jerk, I gotta find a different nickname. Pause. I'll call you SJ Boom Shakalaka. Okay. And then Quantum Love says, you can't elevate a man, LL. He's not gonna want to listen to a woman until it's absolutely necessary. By that time, that woman got bored and tired. Okay. And then Flow State says she found an ugly old sugar daddy to have a sort of attitude like that. Yes. You know, that sugar daddy pumped her head up. You know, he like I said, man, he loved that. You know, you're gonna have those sugar daddies that's gonna love like those girls that has like those wide angles. You know what I mean? The ones that you wide but you have the curves, and maybe it's just like a pump and dump type of thing. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, they say like, you know, it ain't tricking unless you got it. So unfortunately, her hair is definitely puffed up right now.
But let me address Quantum's comment that she made. That's facts, because if somebody is at where they're at, they're either comfortable or, you know, they already got that. Because a lot of times women always say, hey, I want an ambitious guy, you know. So it's just like, maybe he's at that position where he's figuring things out, but typically he is going to want to like maneuver by himself. Not saying that he'll take some knowledge from anybody, but, you know, a lot of times, like I said, women, when they say like they want an ambitious guy, you know, he's on that path to get up there. So, you know, a lot of times he's not going to look for anybody to kind of like come into a situation and boost them up. Nor will I don't think like a lot of women, they might say that they would want to do that, but like I like what Quantum was saying is like they typically ain't gonna, you know, they're gonna get burnt out like trying to, you know, I say like elevate a man like she said in the video. So yeah, I agree with what she was saying. Yeah, typically females are gonna be like, man, damn this, like they want a ready-made product, or you know. What she's talking about, that typically happens when you're younger. Y'all grow with each other, but yeah, at a certain age, ain't nobody gonna stick around for that. So she's full of shit.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, big facts on that one. So, do you wanna continue the video again, Sophisticated Jerk, or is there more to it?
Yeah. We could go ahead and continue it.
Okay. Let's see.
You know what I'm saying? They behind the scenes on the cameras. They can teach all of that to someone else and make money.
Right.
Just from that alone. Just from that little knowledge alone. Big knowledge, really.
Right.
So like these fellas underestimate the power of what they've been through and their experiences, and they think that, oh, it's just, you know, an experience, just, oh, I did this and tuck it in the back. No, you can sell those secrets to what you did and what you've experienced and make more money.
Yeah, people get so offended too when you say that they shouldn't date when they don't have no money. But I 100% agree with you.
But they're also broke.
That's true.
People.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those are the only people that get offended by
that.
Like, yeah,
don't date when you're broke.
Right. He probably
agree.
Yeah, because I feel like your focus needs to be elsewhere. If you don't have any money, you can't even enjoy life.
No.
So you damn sure can't enjoy a woman, because women need things.
Right.
Women need things.
It affects your mental.
Yeah.
It affects your challenges.
Broke niggas be mean. And they be
yes.
They be
telling you.
So bad.
And they be quick in the bed too. 3 seconds, and they be like, oh my god, that was amazing. And you're like, I didn't even blink twice yet. Like, what is happening?
We got a special guest
we
up
gotta break
here.
that down.
Yeah,
my man
exactly.
stand up.
Stan the man.
Stan?
Man, how you doing?
Stan came up like, man, let me go in.
He's like,
so Stan, what's your take on what you heard so far?
I watched the whole thing. I'm gonna say this. Who sent these people? Who sent her?
The
It's
devil.
like
El
who sent
Diablo.
her? And is that young Miami in there with her?
I'm not even sure.
I don't
like-
still, you know, I don't know these retro women, man. So I can't.
Yeah, let's
can't
just be
give you the
100% honest here. You took that 20 bands from somebody who went ahead, who got that money from insurance or from inheritance. Because drug dealers don't make that type of money. Drug dealers haven't made that type of money since the 80s. Let's keep it a buck. Like no drug dealer made that type of money. Drug dealers not like that's a fantasy. So stop watching The Shine and The Snow and thinking that we're making money like that from drug dealing. And for anybody listening, you're not making that money from drug dealing. She's taking them 20 bands and she getting a BBL and some new teeth. That's all she gonna do with her 20 bands. That's what she want the 20 bands for.
You think she needs some new teeth though, Stan?
What's she gonna do with the 20 bands? Because I don't know what else who's
I mean,
giving you 20 bands.
I mean,
Yeah, ain't nobody
okay,
getting
so,
that bread up.
I don't know like what she looked like when she's standing up though. I mean, she looked like she.
And you know what? And I think that's the problem here, right?
Mhm.
We really have to say this in the year 2024 of the Lord Jesus Christ. These female incels that's coming here.
Oh shit! You said female incels? What they call themselves?
Female incels. This is what we're gonna call it because we just have to normalize and just call it out. Like this high class prostitution. IRS needs to come in here and start coming in after them because how you guys getting this money and go and tell somebody about $50,000 a year and nobody gonna date and let's keep it real. You getting bust down by the weed man who came down and saw you on the bus because you can get weed at a dispensary right now. For you to even have a weed man in the year of 2024 and he's riding a bicycle or a subway just to get to you. And he's been selling weed for 15 years. And you're up here telling us all this stuff. Somebody needs to make more than $50,000 to hold it down when you've been faithful. Faithful. I don't need my organ music because I'm about to go in, sir. I'm about to go in.
You don't need that organ music? I got you, bro.
Music. How dare you tell us how to make some money when you got pregnant by a man who got a third year education. He didn't even make it to the 5th grade, came to sign his name, except for the letter X. And he think it's the X-Men. And here you are with 5 degrees.
Oh!
What?
Staying on fire today.
Oh man. He done preached so hard, man. Like I don't know, man. I don't know if it was Lucifer or a guy like cut his power off, man. But
Standing to come on back. My man was cooking.
The powers, man, was too high up in there for StreamYard to handle, right?
Oh, there we go. He back. He bring him back.
Sorry about that. My alarm went off. Put the organism back because y'all see your little imps up here doing some spells. I'm Haitian. I'm about to set it off right now.
we gonna let you talk. The floor is yours. Get the mortgage ready.
All right, ready? Where the organ at?
Hey, I got you on that one.
How dare you come for us talking about the money we need to make for you? You gonna tell me how to make money so you can spend it and you can spend on another man? Oh, no way. Look, we got these Africans that's coming here and telling us, Stan, yes, sir. Don't do that. Why? You need to make them pay for your wee-wee. No more free wee-wee. Secure the lifestyle. Make them pay. How you gonna elevate somebody and gonna tell me, please?
Yeah.
Please. You gonna please? This is the same woman that be saying faithful to men in jail.
You said give a window love. She over there holding on to the glass. Talk
You know
about
what I'm saying?
talk about elevate somebody.
Right.
Okay. Or how about this one? Play organ music.
Okay.
You went ahead and got an OnlyFans of nobody being the membership.
Mm.
Because guess what?
What?
It's only worth a 4x4. And here you thought it was $19.99 a month.
Oh.
No way.
I said, no way. No how.
No way, no how, no way. Like, Lord, please. Oh my God, these female incels, we're gonna call them out. Y'all some female incels for real. Every time we about to go ahead and move forward, y'all come up with a price. Yeah, what was the price when you guys got pregnant? What was the price? Nobody getting married?
And this is Black Man Sisters. This a NBA meeting.
NBA meet. Oh my God, I'm scared what NBA means right now.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I'm like,
hey man, y'all need to cut with the acronyms, man. You just say the whole word, man, so we could all understand. NBA
here they talking about like freaking $50,000 a year, and I bet you that set was made from like props from the 99-cent store.
That's the funny thing about all this, because man, Stan hit on some good points, man. Where, you know, first, if you're referencing like drug dealers in your monologue, you know, you're probably not like a class act. You know what I'm saying?
Have you guys seen what they do to people when they go to? I'm not going to say the name of the country. Oh, so that's what NBA means. We can't say it, but we read it.
Yeah. No, it ain't that.
We're not gonna say
it. It ain't that type of meeting.
No. But you know what I'm saying? Look, save yourself, black man. Just save yourself. Get you a little nice doll. They have one of those, but
hey, get a blow up doll, then get a passport, right?
Either one are gonna save yourself, because come on, man. This it's like the money part. Everybody been saying six figures, right? Yeah, no, that's a common theme. Saying, and you notice the 6 figures gone down to 50. So if we get away from the 100,000, now you complain about the 50,000. That tells me the 50,000 is worth something when you guys talk about the 100,000. If you want to go ahead and be a streetwalker, say that.
Streetwalkers.
Yeah, she put a price. She put a price tag on the vagina. That's the funny thing. When they be mad, they be like, men have a certain, mannerism and stuff, but then they go and slap the price tag on them. Like, I could see if she was coming out saying like, hey, I got my stuff together. I'm looking for somebody like equally yoked. That's totally different. But when you're sitting out there, you're like, people at 50,000 guys should be dating. First of all, that ain't like a low side. Isn't that like the average across the board what family households are making? So to be like, y'all need to just be, not dating and stuff like that. That's terrible, man.
First of all, are we saying dates?
I feel you.
Really,
she was saying dating. She was saying dating.
Now, when we say date, and I'm confused with this stuff.
Not even
when
40 people
flown in. And here's something for us guys. Not going to speak to the guys. Stop flying people in before they get you in for trafficking. That culture of flying people in, they can get you on trafficking. Like you can't. You fly a chick over and things don't go well, and you get angry and you just kick her out in the street. Man, she could turn around and sue you. Like, don't be thinking it's a lifestyle. And when people keep on saying all this stuff, like, man, we're RS checking their money. Because you guys just ruined the whole market. Oh, you know what? Go ahead, play the organ music. Play the organ music. Because you've been trifling. They've been tracking us on Cash App. You got Fanny in trouble. Guys sitting down in court in Atlanta, Georgia, because she was paying by cash. I was getting cash, exchanging for some ass. Now look where we at now.
but hold on. I gotta look. All right, on a serious note, I gotta put a pause to that, right? Because there's a thing. You're not even on because no refunds, right? So imagine you buying you're thinking you're buying like a 4K television, right? And then you get like not even 1080p, you get like 480p. Okay, you get the box.
What that is?
You're getting the box version of what you're thinking that you're gonna get the actual box. You're paying for the box, but guess what? You're not getting the box. You're not even getting a woman's soul. And this is where the simping applies into for most of these men. What is the point of making this amount plus just to go on some of these dates, spend your money, and yet by the end of the night, she's already moved on to the next. She ain't even thinking about you like that. And that's another thing that people that we really seriously got to talk about. What if you spend all that money, spend all your time, because your time is precious.
Is it? Is it really though?
It's supposed to be.
It should
but
be.
We don't utilize that.
I don't know if it's really precious because we can say anything we want, but we all know 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Men for some whatever reason, I don't know if I can call it simping yet. But I think it's mental health stuff right now. It's like this woman don't love you, don't care about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing things for somebody so you can not be attractive to this person. You're being used in order to keep them, right?
Yeah.
And also you feel validated. I mean, it's a codependent relationship here. There is probably some kind of abandonment issues you're suffering from. I'm not making fun of the mental health at all, right? But we gotta look at it a little deeper because, again, with these type of podcasts that comes on, not us, but they keep on coming on, all women gonna come in, blah blah blah. But like, look, we're always talking about money, but people are losing their jobs right now to a computer, right?
Mm.
And
yeah,
people are losing their jobs. Who and then you're forcing people to think about drug dealing. Like, the drugs that we got nowadays are making zombies. You have no return customers. What drugs are we talking about that's gonna get you paid? This is not the 80s. This is not the 80s.
But one thing I do like about social media, because people are kind of revealing themselves. So, like, this is where guys, like what you kind of getting to, Stan, it's like men got to start understanding that there's some people like this. And it's just like, instead of like dudes that got that mindset where it's like, hey, man, I want her at any cost, where, they kind of pedestalize like vagina to a certain degree where they throwing money at a lot of females. So this is why you have that, like, they have that inflated mindset where it's just like guys need to get with women that like actually like them, because this is what the issue is. They're telling you up front. They're like, man, we here for the bread. We want that eat. We looking for certain things and we want to spend your cash, man. Get somebody that's willing to work with you, and it will kind of like prevent a lot of this. But there's a lot of men that got that simp mentality. They got that scarcity mindset where they see that female for whatever reason. They're like, nah, I'll do whatever you say. And eventually they're never happy, so dude's gonna throw that money at them. But like you said, they're gonna jump off to the next one after, you finally start laying down some boundaries, because nobody wants to be in a position where they're a trick. Eventually that's gonna get old.
I don't know about that, because they still want to be like Joe Smith when he with the wife saying that she's out there and she got her OnlyFans and he's up and like, because he's broke NBA player, and she just went in and just went ahead and just told him, like, in front of everybody, right? In front of another grown man, like, go talk to Shaq about being a manager at Papa John's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like so much disrespect. And he has some, like, before this wife, another girlfriend allegedly stole $1 million from him. He haven't done anything, right? And now then this woman gone on and done some corn, CORN, so you two don't go around and strike now, work. And he's gone back with her. And it's like it's one of those things where I don't even know. I can't even call it simping anymore. It's something a little deeper here, because you don't have self-respect at all, and it's got to be something else for men. Like we're not being honest. Like, is it I heard the scarcity mindset. Yeah, but then there's something else deeper here. Like, what's really going on for you to actually to be so like I'm trying to find a word like
weak mindset, pretty much. I get what you're saying. Like it's definitely something deep in those guys, man, where they would like want that type of punishment. Honestly, man, like I don't get it. I'm like
you're happy to be back, and it's like what's really going on here, especially for black men. Like we just accept everything and we do everything, and it's like, man, like what's wrong with you? Like what's really wrong with you to like you don't want to sign your name on a lease, but you'll move in with somebody. You don't really date anyone that's single, but you'll find a single mom to get pregnant so you could be in an anchored relationship. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go ahead and do the right thing, but you want to act like the wrong thing to get attention. Like you want to act like you sell drugs, so you have a little thing of mystique and still be in the street. But I'm like, bro, you're 50, 60, 70-year-olds talking like you're 14. Like, when we gonna grow up? You know, it's those things where it's like, you know, I don't know anymore. Because as much as we can get like crass or just go back to the women, like reflect, but they only could deal with what we giving them.
So you saying typically it leads back to the men. Like it's our issue.
Yeah, because
I agree with you.
A white man, let's keep it 100. These sisters, they will mess with a white man that making $25K. And sophisticated jerk, I don't know where you're at, but here in California, especially Northern California, I'm going to say this one town that me and three know that has a college called Berkeley, California. I'm going to put out the name. Them white boys ain't got no job. Them white boys ain't got no job. Them white boys are living under their mama's roof, and them sisters, I mean sisters, I mean you black sisters and Latina sisters and even Asians will go ahead and support that white man. He ain't got no ambition. None. He ain't, like Kanye said, he's not messing with the fries. Not this week. You can watch him, but he ain't messing with no fries. He ain't really doing no work. He got you on a budget.
And they're perfectly okay with that.
And you seen them too, right? They let their hair grow out because he don't understand no bundles. His whole family looking at her like, what you doing with weave? Girl, you don't let that stuff grow out? Better have a fro like they did in the 70s. What you talking about? Get that coconut oil. So then...
I'm gonna put it like this, right? Because there was a few comments, right? And I don't know what he's talking about. He said he's simping hard, right?
Nor his, man. My man don't know if he want to be mad or. But Quantum had a good one up here, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull up because.
Okay, I think I got it right here. Let me. Is this one right here?
Is it better? Okay, let me go with that question, right? But she also made a statement that was pretty much prominent. But,
let me pull up Wally. Wally's here. Oh, yeah, you got it.
We got White Versa up in the building.
What's good, Wally?
What's good, everybody? What's going on?
What's up, Wally?
Much, man. All right, so we got Wally in the building. Let me see. Let me read this comment real quick. Quantum says, "Is it better for a woman to wait for a man that is elevated, rhymes that Drake song, rather than build him, due to the fact that certain men leave the one that they marry for the one that he attracts during his elevated state?"
I'll let you two married men go first, and I don't know if Wally. Well, are you married?
Single.
You are? Are you single? Yeah, I'll let you two married men go in, and then us single people will go and weigh in on this myth.
Well, just going to this question, I would say neither. I think you should build with him. from the ground up. I think that's the issue with a lot of these relationships. It's like a lot of women are waiting to be with the guy once he's at the finish line. So, say, and like say like if I wasn't married right now and where I'm at now, I would have no like really any trust with anybody, just because where I'm at. So it's just like if anybody came in my life, you signing some paperwork, you about to, you coming in there, man. I'm gonna have things so structured that like, look, you ain't getting none of this bread. I wouldn't get married again. You know what I'm saying? So like when people think they coming into the finish line, it's like, man, you coming in there with like boundaries like a mug. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna work good. And I think a lot of guys are waking up to that do got their stuff together. They're like, I ain't putting my stuff at risk. So I think a lot of women need to get wise, and them broke dudes that they kind of slamming, you should be with them. Like if they go into college and stuff, because think about it, anybody starting off with like money, it's a process. So I think if you want the loyalty in most cases, you build up with somebody and y'all both get over that threshold together. And then that's where that like loyalty, y'all both built up. Not saying it's always going to be 100% is going to work out, because y'all might get divorced down the line, but at least y'all will have some structure, So yeah, I would say neither in that case. But if you had to choose one of the two, I would say like, you don't need to build him up, but get with somebody that, has some potential. Like they actually got a plan, like they executing stuff. They might not be there right now, but at least they have some structure and they'll get to it. So like build with them a little bit. Yeah. Trying to get with somebody when they're at the finish line. I just think you lying to yourself, and that person, they gonna be very cautious when you get with them. They gonna be like, man, shit, she might be here for the money. So I don't think it's gonna have longevity really.
No, I definitely I agree with you, Sophisticated Jerk, because but see, like there's a lot more, right, that needs to be said with this. And before I kind of answer my question, answer Stan's question, let me highlight this statement from Quantum Love, and this will make a little bit more sense. Simple as that. Stop dwelling on the ones that aren't your vibe. Now I don't know if Stan may disagree on that, or maybe he's agreeing. Okay, but it's simple.
I disagree with it.
You disagree with stop dealing with ones that's not on your vibe?
Yes, you can't do that. Not when everybody attend, not when everybody's attend like Beyonce. So they attend like Beyonce, then they're my vibe then. How dare you elevate yourself to an automatic 10 with no work? And I am always constantly working and improving myself. I should be able to get you then.
Nah, but I think what she's talking about is like, okay, for us men, we keep dealing with women, chasing other women that's not even feeling us. So why we put ourselves in those situations? Again, because this goes back to the statement that you made earlier. Mm-hmm. This is like it could be a mental health type of thing, abandonment issues. Because the thing is, on a deeper scale, you have a whole bunch of women, more women that's out, that's like pretty much what's that word I'm looking for? We have more women than men, pretty much. Okay? And so because we have more women than men, you would think we will have a little bit of control of the situation, because they're more in higher competition than we are. Unfortunately, we shift that around as men because we don't really see the true value that we really have. If I know that if I'm in one room and a whole bunch of women's out there, what do I look like? Chasing after this person and that person and that person. And like if I'm not the only man around, they should be chasing after me if you want some like validation, if you want some attention, especially for the single ones. If you want some that good, the long 6 inches or whatever, and there's only one man available, what do that one man look like having to go around trying to pursue 10 of you women in the same room out of one man? And try to serenade you and try to impress you and try to get down on one knee and, try to marry you and get your validation, And yeah, grannies need love too, Sophisticated Jerk.
What the?
but
Shout out
still,
to grandmas out there looking scrumptious.
Them new grannies, they getting it. Them
They out there doing that Tybo and stuff. Y'all better stop playing with me.
With their teeth, with no teeth, they doing it all. These
But
grannies,
just to piggyback off of what MD said. Just to piggyback what M3 talking about, I definitely agree with you, M3, because it's just, you got to mess with somebody that like you. But a lot of guys, like what Stan getting to, man, they mind messed up where I think it's almost like they trying to appeal to other dudes in a sense where they want to get the arm candy because they want to show off to their friends, like, oh, I bagged the bad one. But they got to throw out all them dollars and stuff, to do that upkeep. So it's really to impress other men. Cause like you said, it's like, man, you get somebody that like you, man, and you're good, but they want the supermodel looking chick, so they could go and take her to little events and stuff and show off for their friends. So I think it's a lot of that. Cause like you said, they have them insecurities. They probably weren't able to like get women when they were younger. So that's why they so fixated on, getting the bad chick, when they finally get some paper and stuff. But yeah, it's stupid as hell. So I definitely agree with Quantum. Like, yeah, get somebody on your vibe. But I set up right there. Let me go ahead, Wally.
But I'll say this last thing. But the thing is that even if let's say you had something going on and now you're pulling them, you're not even really pulling them off of you. You're pulling them because you have something, an incentive that they will want for the time being, i.e., DJ Academics. Without that money, ain't none of these chicks will want him.
Hell no. My man out here struggling. You see what he going through.
Ain't you rich? But go ahead, Wally.
Go ahead on which one?
Did you catch the video? We'll give it your take on that.
Oh no, I just got in, so I didn't catch the video. I mean, I know what the video I'm talking about, but I didn't even get the context.
Basically, you gotta make over $50K a year, otherwise you don't qualify in the dating market. If you don't make $50K, Wally,
she said you shouldn't be dating. People shouldn't be dating if they make under $50K. What's your thoughts on that, Wally?
So from that stance, well, see, I ain't gonna lie. See, that would have to deter where are we in our lives, because my thing is that can look different for every person's liability. Like, if I'm a young adult making $50K, or if I'm a grown adult making $50K.
Grown adult.
You know what it is, Wally. You're a grown ass man. So if you're a grown ass man, you're not making $50K a year, you shouldn't even be dating in the market.
I somewhat would agree. Somewhat, but
Wally.
Yep, somewhat. No.
Really, Wally?
Look, Stanley. No, because let's be honest here, right? Again, if we're talking like in our 30s or plus, so like you supposed to be having a career or something like that, like in some formats, then I would somewhat agree. Somewhat. Wally.
Keyword,
I said I said somewhat. Because again, you gotta realize. Okay, look, if you chose a particular female, and you're trying to go for a particular female, then of course that's your behind. That's gonna be that dude that he's gonna be choosing.
Wally.
Again, it all
Wally,
depends.
no.
In my honest opinion, it would depend.
Wally, how can you?
Hey, look.
Brother.
Hey, look. I'm not every man. If you want to ask me, then I say that's bullshit. But at the same time, if you're talking about every other dude, hey. The dude when the dude crosses that female, he'd be like, "Oh, damn, she's bad," but she's over here talking about, "Oh, I gotta be this." I'm like, man, do I really want to let this go? Hey, you'd be surprised. These dudes would be willing to motherfucking do some stupid shit.
No, that's facts. Dang. So you're just saying
Stanley, it's based on. I mean, honestly, it's based on the guy. But if I'm looking at it just for myself, I mean, I'll say that's stupid.
Okay, I got you. So you okay? I got you.
All right,
but Stanley, don't act like there's some guys out there that make $50K ain't want to be trying.
I'm going to say that there's some men out here that ain't got no money to be getting it. A lot of them do, and guess what? They're all single dads on their 45th kid. So,
but I think that's where she's trying to get to, because like that's where she's saying like if you make under 50,000, you should be like focused on, getting your weight up to date.
No. Once again, there's a bunch of men out here on their 25th kid or 45th kid making no money and still getting women pregnant. To sit down and again, who sent her? Where are these female incels coming from? Giving us price tags and telling us they're going to influence us to go to work. No, you go to work. You go and pay for the date. You pay me. Because I need to make sure, if men, especially brothers, if we were smart enough and start charging people for our wee-wees, we'll get far in life. That's why
Stan said they ain't free no more.
No, because the Africans are smarter than us. The Africans come over here and they making them pay. And we just sitting up here, I don't want her to leave me. Please don't leave me, baby. I need you. I'll go ahead and work like a mule. So I can show you I love you.
Salute.
Right to all your friends. And here you are, and here I am. I'm gonna be one of your multiple streams of income. And let's not play this game. Multiple streams of income. Like 50K, you can date with 50K. First of all, ladies, stop asking me what I do for a living and what my money at. It's not your concern. I don't work for you. I never worked for you. And the realness of it, life, and I'm going to answer the question that Quantum asked, right? About staying with a man and all this other stuff. Life will go ahead and make you work. Life will go ahead and make you work and elevate. So for us guys, it's never always 50K. Like, don't think that somebody's getting 50K and that's it. That's all they're living for. You will get cost of living adjustment. You get raises. That 50K turns to 60K in a year or two. Then that 60K flipped to 75. So that's a realistic thing that happens for men. That money grows when you grow within that company. So when you're stuck at 50K and you're only thinking 50K is that's it, and should I go ahead and be with a guy and see him grow? I mean, this is what happened when we lose, especially black men to white women. They'll sit down and support a guy in college and then wait for him and then get married. Because they have this thing, white women have this thing like ring before spring, right? Well, before they graduate, they already getting married. And okay, hopefully you get to the NFL, then all of y'all on Ebony Magazine and Essence, how come he didn't get me?
Hey, Lola.
I mean, if you're not there
with
somebody from the beginning, and there's no guarantee that life is gonna work that way, but come on, you gotta start thinking about there's things in progressions, and you gotta start investing and stop thinking well, I'm here now, invest in me, even though I didn't invest in you. It's not realistic. And Wally, really, Wally, really,
Hey,
Wally.
Look, are we talking about? Hey, look, good and well. You just said it earlier. Your damn self. You know these ninjas be out here doing it. Don't act like that. Don't act like that. You know these niggas out here be doing it. You know these niggas be out here. Are we speaking the real or are we speaking just false lies? Wally, these ninjas be out here willing to do that shit. Come on.
Well, Wally, I want, in the words of William Shakespeare, E2 Brutus, E2.
I definitely got to hear what 84 got to say.
Salutes to the best in the world.
Salute,
I agree with you, Quantum.
Salute. This is easy to see what's going on. With her, just with anybody that comes with a list of things. You know what I mean? Just like the lady who says, she will only date somebody who owns the bus company and not the bus driver. You know what I'm saying? All this just comes from a space of hurt. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's been hurt or they've been played, what they do is that they come up with this criteria of all these different things they want somebody to do, right? So they can feel safe. So it may sound crazy. You're like, okay, why is she requiring a man to do this? Or he got to do this, or he has to say this, or he has to be like this or do that. And it's it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't correlate because the things she's asking for is maybe something that you may ask a guy that is going to be like your husband or somebody that you're really going to build a future with. But just to kind of Yeah, if F the driver, marry the owner. Yeah.
Mhm.
So all these criteria that somebody comes up with, it's just a way for them to feel, I mean, to protect themselves. Because if they basically, date somebody who they feel have met all these criteria, they feel like this is a person that they can actually invest in. That somebody could potentially maybe marry or actually be with long term.
Hmm.
The thing is that what needs to happen is that, because what mostly happens is this, right? Somebody will name all these things, but if somebody comes and makes them feel safe by their conversation, by the way that they act, the way they carry themselves, all that list and all the things that person's saying will go right out the window. You know what I mean? Because they'll see the character that that man has. You know what I mean? He'll show himself approved. You know what I mean? And if once he does that, then a woman will feel comfortable. She'll be like, you know what? I don't need all this, and you ain't gotta do all that. You know what? I like you. You cool. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You have a good head on your shoulder just by what you say, what you do, how you move, right? So she'll see that you have an actual character. You have actual conversation. You talk about things. You know what I'm saying? You actually, are making things happen in your life. You know what I mean? You're reading a couple of books. You've been well traveled, things of that nature. You work out. You know what I mean? She knows these things. She sees this. She sees these things. She see that you can actually, you actually invested in your life and making yourself better. Then that whole list of things, it kind of will go down the drain. Now, understand there may be certain things that she may still hold on to, right? But just understand it's just a way for her to protect herself. Yep, that's right. The walls come tumbling down, Quantum. You know what I mean? But it's just a way for her to protect herself. It's like a man. If a man comes up with certain things, he's like, look, I'm not dealing with a woman who has this or who has that or this, that, and the third. Most of the time, that's the guy that's been played before. He's been played, a woman done played him, she done used him for his money, or she used him for his resources, and now he doesn't want to deal with that anymore. Right? So he feels like if he does not deal with these certain type of women, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like he won't. He'll basically dodge all that hurt. He'll dodge all that pain. He'll dodge going through the situation again. And then sometimes with those criteria, sometimes these people are right. Right? Sometimes they're right. Sometimes in the list that they have, it's a good thing. Right? They actually need to have a moral standard and value system so that they're not hurt anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't get hurt anymore. They don't get played. But sometimes they come up with certain things because, like I said, it's a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? So once you get past that and you see that, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing wrong with the sister. There's nothing wrong with her at all. Like she said, she's working, she's doing her thing. You know what I mean? She's taking care of responsibilities. You know what I mean? She's doing what she has to do. I think the big thing that the reason why she's saying all that, you know what I mean? Like I said, is because she's been played before and she don't want to be played again. So okay, so if you want to be with me, now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. Now you got to own this business. So you got to have this type of money. You got to have this. You got to have this type of car. All that is so that she does not get played, or that she feel like she's not gonna get played, and she still might get played anyway. A
Yeah,
man may
that's
come and
definitely gonna get played.
yeah, a man may have all that. She still may get played regardless, right? You know what I mean? Because she's not fully healed, and that's why I always talk about healing. You got to get fully healed. When you're fully healed, you're gonna start looking for a person's character and who they are, right? Those other things are attributes, right? But if you're not fully healed, then yes, they're gonna start. You're gonna want them to drive a Tesla. Or you're gonna want them to drive a Maserati, and he has to have six figures, and he got to take you to Hawaii, and all these things will start coming up because you're not healed. Just like a man, a man will start listing all these things. You know what I mean? Hey, look, man, I don't date single mothers no more. I don't do this no more. Why? Because he got played by single moms. That's all that is. Oh, he done seen his homie get played by a single mom. And he's like, I ain't dealing with that, man. I done seen my homie go through it with a single mom. She done broke his heart. This, that, and the third. I ain't dealing with them. Right? So that's all that is. It's people not being healed. So you have a bunch of people who are not healed trying to date or trying to build relationships. It's gonna be all bad. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all bad. You know what I mean? I
You
don't
gotta
know what
come
I
up
said
with
wrong, Lola. I don't know what I said wrong, but I believe I'm saying the truth. You know what I mean? Anybody, you can definitely dispute what I'm saying, but yeah, like I said, I'm
So
not
every
I'm not
before,
against anybody. Hold on, I'm not against anybody having morals and standards and values. Definitely have that, but have it when it comes to their character and who they are, not what they have. And that's what I gotta say. Go ahead, Stan.
so what kind of security would she be getting from a drug dealer? Because you mentioned that, like those of us that
But
grew
that was
up.
in her youth though. Remember, she said this when she was younger. So you have to understand when you're younger, of course you're gonna date people who may not have the best value system. We all do that. Men do that too. We date women that we know ain't we know this woman ain't gonna be our wife. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But she look good, she smell good, we young, we having fun, we living our life. That's what young people do. They're not in there trying to make long-term decisions. They just making decisions for the moment. So that was a momentary decision in her youth.
So
You know
could
what I'm
it be
saying? But
also in her youth,
yeah.
in his youth, when he was with that person, she was with that person, and they got pregnant by that person?
Possibly so.
That would change it.
Possibly so. That possibly could happen. She could possibly got pregnant. But now that she got older, she has gained wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when people gain wisdom, whether it's a man or woman, they start making better decisions.
Salute,
At
embrace
least
the
you
grace.
should. At least you
Yeah, I
should
wanna
start
put
making
on-
better decisions. Salute the grace.
I also want to put on the men. Could also be for men.
Quinn, what up? I see you in the building. Go ahead.
When the men are dealing with, say, like a woman that's not good for him, and he's trying to get her pregnant and keep her anchored, could that have been something too?
Yeah, that happens too a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times a man sees a woman and he knows that this woman is no good for him, and he'll still try to, hold her down, or he thinks like, okay, man, all right, if I just get this amount of money, or if I get this job, man, she'll stick around. But none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's about that person's character. And once that person shows you their character, you got to believe them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people need to look for. Like, you could look for all this money and all this other stuff and this, that, and the third. And yes, a good work ethic and somebody having, like I said, moral standards and values, that does count, right? I'm not saying it don't. You know what I mean? But overall, you gotta look at the person's character. You gotta look how he views family, how he views life, how he views his relationships with women or just people in general. And same thing for men too. Men gotta have a value system too. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gotta have a value system. In fact, I implore men to have a value system even more, because a lot of times, when you talk to men, sometimes some men, not all men, but if you talk to a man, sometimes they won't take things seriously as they should. Right? They'll be focused on things that don't matter. Especially, when you hear certain conversations possibly online. They may be focused on a whole bunch of things. Oh, she got this amount of kids, or she got this, she got that. It's like, what does that matter? What needs to matter is, is this woman gonna love you and treat you right? You know what I mean? Is this woman gonna be loyal to you and help you build a legacy? These are the things that matter. Can we be with people that will help us to build a legacy and build a family? You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna matter at the end. Like all other stuff ain't gonna matter. Like, and I hope people understand that. If that person ain't invested in your future, it don't matter.
Now,
real quick.
Lola, but I want to actually another question.
Oh, go ahead.
After Lola, because it's something else. It was about mental health.
Yeah. Wait. Before we jump to Lola, I gotta give a shout out to everybody that came up in the chat. So salutes to Embrace the Grace. She says, "Let me see what y'all talking about." We're actually talking about like a modern woman who says men needs to make 5K, or you should not date. If you're not making over 5K, don't date. That's pretty much like the talking point of it.
I thought it was 50K.
Stan,
it was 50K.
Stan, what's your question real quick before Lola get up in here? What's your question real quick?
I was talking before. Could it be, instead of putting it all on the women, right? Mm-hmm. Could it be that men got something else going on, like attachment and just a need? There's like something else that's there where they're just accepting everything and doing anything to get somebody to love them. And because I want to get away from the women and just look more towards the men. Like, yo, what's inside of you, going on inside of you that you feel like you have to do this for somebody to love you, and you got to accept this? Because it's a little bit more deeper than just, these female incels just coming in every week, just saying crazy stuff so people can repeat it. There's something else that's deeper here, because we've been talking about the same stuff for years.
Yep.
I'm looking at like, okay, now what's in it for the men? Like, what's going on inside the men that we're missing out? Like, what's going on here?
Well, with men, you know what I'm saying? And this is a big thing with men. Men, like, and this is what I've noticed too. I even noticed this with myself, right? With men, our value system, right? A lot of times it takes us time to really develop a value system, right? Or really value ourselves. It took me years, like, to kind of really understand that, like, I'm valuable, that I'm more than just me working hard and paying bills, right? That took some time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought all I had to do was work hard and pay bills. You know what I'm saying? If I worked hard to pay bills, I was a man. You know what I mean? And everything around me was healthy and I was good to go. And that's a lie. It's not true. You know what I mean? It's way
Shout out
more
to
than
Lola
that.
speeding.
Yeah, it's way more than that. Drive safe, Lola. It's way more than that. You know what I'm saying? To being a man. You know what I'm saying? So, and we have to, and men, we have to understand that. I know we may be taught certain things, or we may be taught not to be emotionally responsible, or value our own emotions, or not cry, or not do this and the third. But hey, we have to definitely take time to work through our stuff. True to what to watch on YouTube and Information Man. I see you in the building. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe to what to watch on YouTube and Information Man show. Show them some love. You know what I'm saying? But that's what men got to do. Men, you got to start valuing ourselves, man. We got to start teaching that to the younger men. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, look. It's not just about getting the bag or getting women this and third. Yo, how you been doing, man? How's your mental health? You know what I'm saying? You know, how's your relationship with your parents? Do you have a relationship with your parents? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Do you know who your family are? You know what I mean? Like really having those deep conversations with the younger men to help them to foster and be better men as they grow and mature and be our age. You know what I mean? Because they'll be our age in a snap of a finger, and we'll be old. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the reality of the situation. We'll be the old heads. You feel me? So with that being said, we just got to start investing in ourselves, just like we invest in making the money and trying to do this and trying to do that. Let's really invest in our overall health and overall well-being as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's really gonna shine through when you meet a quality woman. Is if you really work on yourself. But if you haven't worked on yourself and you just been kind of just doing the regular run-of-the-mill stuff, then yeah, that's the results you're gonna get. You're gonna get low-quality women. You're gonna get women that's not worth your time. You're gonna get women that doesn't value you because you're not valuing yourself. Remember that your vibe attracts your tribe. That's even with women as well. So go ahead, Lola.
Salute to Lola.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you well. Make sure you keep your eyes on the road.
Okay. I just came in to give a little different perspective because I see all y'all windmilling and acting like y'all just ain't in reality. I don't understand. Now the lady said if you make 50K or under, you shouldn't be dating. Now I think the reason why she said that is because dating costs. That's a bill. Like no matter how you flip and bounce that's a bill. Now, have any one of you gentlemen did the math on how much it takes to date and how much you can afford to date making 50K and under? Okay, because everybody don't make 50K, by the way. Most people are making less than that. So 50K is the average, which means only 30% are making 50K. Let's be clear. Okay, so have any of you done the math on that? Because y'all acting like this lady just out here just spitting numbers for no reason. Like, has anybody did the math?
So look,
There's no math.
There's a math.
You think there's a
Ain't no
math?
math?
There's a math.
There ain't no math.
There's a math.
look, I'm gonna just say this, okay, right? Since Lola wants to stir up the pot, right? You know, look, there's always a technique of what you do, okay? So even if you're making 40K a year, all right, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much are you able to save, how much are you able to invest. Look, with 50K a year, if you know how to flip, wait, but hold on, where is it?
Oh my God, here we go.
If you know how to flip, make the little money into big money, and learn how to average the money that you do have, you could actually do some good things.
No,
Here's the problem, right? Hold on, Lola. Wait, hold on, Lola, right? Hold on.
After M3, let me get in there because I'm gonna tell you why there's no math.
Right. Look, for every foolish blanket statement, right? I always have a counter to stuff, right? So hold on,
yeah.
The thing is, okay, you don't have to spend much on some of these women, especially, you know, when they're all about the money. Okay, and here's the thing: some of the points that she's talking about, in some cases, I do get it, because if she's talking about more of like a survival type of mechanism, or maybe you having a certain amount and you can't afford to do certain things, but she's more talking about a materialistic point and she's also using certain topic points that you'll always hear from the internet anyways. So to me, it's already invalidating anyways. And why would I even want to waste my time and focus on someone, right, as largely as she is anyways, though? So to me personally, her personal opinion, I get it, but it don't really count to me anyways. Because I know how to manage money when it comes to going out on certain dates anyway. I'm not going to be spending luxurious dates for someone that's not worth it anyway.
You married, so your opinion is kind of on the same level as hers at this point. All y'all married people that ain't been dating, okay, in the 2024. So I need y'all to chill out. Now, here's the real thing, right? Y'all looking at it from that standpoint. You're not looking at it from the man's standpoint. At $50,000, at $75,000 a year, you would have to have a roommate for you to have it $600 a month left over for you to do anything with. You would have to. You couldn't be paying full rent, making $70-something thousand a year, and therefore, in most cities, okay. So therefore, when the lady asks at $50K, you really don't have it to be out here splurging. Like you really just don't have it. And if you got kids at $50K, you really don't have it. So why do you guys look at it like, oh, she talking about materialism? If I got $50K, I don't got time to be spending money on nobody but who I have to, and who I have to is very limited. Let me be clear about that. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all acting like 50K is some long stuff. Then you gonna say, well, if you budget your money right, essentially. And it's like, how many people budgeting their money right? Most people live in pillar to post. But you go ahead. Help me out. Yeah, help me out.
Anyway,
there's a guy out here
go ahead,
that got some game, got his stuff together. He got on a pair of dirty Timbs and he ain't spending nothing. He out here clapping cheeks. It don't cost nothing.
Exactly.
There ain't no math. A lot of this stuff boils down to attraction. Like if you attracted to the females and stuff, some of them have those like value systems where they're like, hey, I'm sticking firm to this. Like I like what 84 was saying. If they've been hurt, yeah, they probably like advanced or matured to that stage where they got some parameters. But put that right guy in front of them, he'd probably make a 42,000. And guess what? She gonna make excuses. She gonna justify that. Well, he's gonna get in the manager program soon, so he's gonna. Yeah, there's no math. The math is for the guys that they don't like, that they want to take advantage of. I do agree with Lola's saying to a point. It is expensive. So like if you are under 50,000, not to say you can't go out and date. You definitely need to maintain your funds and stuff, but I agree with her too, but you gotta understand, like Lola is also high maintenance as well too, though. She wants you to take her to Cabo San Lucas and all these other like luxurious like type of dates, right? When she have her own money. Oh my
God, that's a whole lie. That is a whole lie. See, this is what y'all do to get points up.
That's not true at all. That's not true. She don't require that.
Egypt too. But look, but on a serious note, right? When a woman, right, okay, gets up to a certain age, she is gonna have more of a criteria, more demands, and that part is a proven fact. As you get older over time, because now it's not even about like, okay, how good that the person looks and what kind of car that you drive. It's more about like, okay, the sustainability, the life changes, the life choices. Okay, you're looking for someone to be like a life partner with. So you're more on survivor mode rather than being on like, superficial type of mode. And so, I guess, again, over time. But I think for what men needs to also understand is that us too should also not be afraid to have these type of standards. But the reason why we don't apply certain standards for ourselves is that we believe, well, no, I'm not going to say we as in me along all most of you guys, most of y'all don't really believe in like the powers that you do have. When you actually have more self-respect for yourself, you're just thinking like, oh, okay, again, like what Sophisticated Drake said, the scarcity part. You guys carry that scarcity mindset and you're afraid of, I guess it's like the FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh, I see this bad girl. I don't really usually see or interact with a lot of bad looking chicks. So if I don't make a good impression, then I'm going to lose this type of chick. And if you have that type of feeling, you're going to do all kinds of stupid stuff to try to impress like somebody like that.
M3,
You know?
I was driving yesterday. I saw a homeless guy with a chick. I pointed out to my wife. I was like, "See, man, these dudes be out here crying. My man right here got a chick with him. Granted, they was probably on crack. So, but my man had a shorty with him. I was like, hey."
Yeah.
Listen to y'all talking about homeless man, but y'all don't want y'all daughter with no homeless man, though. Y'all don't want y'all daughter with no struggling man. So that's what I'm saying. At 50K, when you do the math, right? Dating is just hard. Period. Like, I don't know why I'm acting like that.
But Lola, let me ask you a question.
Lola's
So should a broke woman be not dating either? Should she be out the market also?
If you and most men don't understand that when you date broken women, which is women who are broke, okay, what they gonna do is they're gonna have more of a reason to use you when they don't have their bottom line together. Like when you need your rent paid and you the type of female where you don't got it all together, the minute you with a man and he got a couple extra dollars, you're gonna be tempted to ask him to do what? Pay your rent if he wants some what? So my thing is, you shouldn't be dating as a woman if you don't got your shit together. But if you don't got your shit together, the only man that's gonna really like dating you is the one that want to stunt, the ones that need to be needed, and the ones that think that you owe them something. And then when you ask them for something, then they in their feelings. So it's like that happens. That's the math. Date a broke chick and see how fast she's gonna be paying for her nails and her hair and her bills. Go ahead, date a broke chick. Go ahead and do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean,
But
some
don't
men
you think-
ain't gonna.
Oh, go ahead, M3.
I was like, unfortunately, some men ain't gonna really care. Some men gonna be like looking at this woman as long as she looking good or whatever. She could graduate from McDonald's and come over to my place or whatever. And actually, there's a video of a man, right, actually picking up a homeless woman, taking care of her. Now, I'm gonna put it like this: he was very narcissistic on that part. And if I find that video, I'll definitely play it. Salute to some Mr. Prize. Thank you for tuning in. But this dude was talking about I picked her up or whatever when she was homeless. I bathed her when she was homeless. She stayed at my place or whatever. He used the word I made. Okay, he really built the chick up basically and bragged about it. And I made her marry me and I made her look good and this is that. I'm telling you, when I find a video, I'm going to play.
That cat was super simping out here.
Right. But here's the thing, only people the majority of men will pick up someone, right, and actually build them up. It ain't gonna be like the other way around. But anyways, I gotta say a huge shout out to Embrace the Grace. Hold on, let me get the air horns ready. Thank you for the $5 super chat. She says most modern women are delusional and have unrealistic expectations. What happened to the content of a person's character? Some women never seen 50K. Again, a lot of these times, these are just YouTube talking points. I don't pay much attention to it. I just do the topics of it because it's for entertainment.
But M3, well, who cares? Who cares that most chicks ain't seeing 50K, but they got 3, 4, and 5 kids? Who cares? At the end of the day, what I just said is law. If you're a broke female for whatever reason and you deal with a dude, you're going to be tempted to force him to do things early on because you are in need. Literally, you're not casually dating. You in need of some cash. And if he got it, this is the nature of women. Period. Y'all not changing the facts on the ground. I don't care if you don't have 50K and you're a woman and you not seeing no money like that. At the end of the day, you broke as fuck and you don't have no reason to be dating no man when you broke as fuck because you expecting him to take care of shit that's not his responsibility. And when it comes to men, they know good and goddamn well that they ain't trying to be spending money they don't got because they men. So why in the world are we demonizing a chick for saying, listen, if you broke, you should get your shit together before you start adding other people on? What are we doing here?
Hold on.
I think if she would have phrased it like that. Oh, go ahead, M3.
Yeah. I don't think we're at a point where we're demonizing a chick or whatever. Again, we're just here to try and make.
I'm demonizing her, damn it.
Idris,
that chick was ratchet as hell.
Idris, come help them, Idris. Come help
We
us.
didn't even put on the
They
women, we
need
put
help.
it on the men.
Well, we just need to make common sense great again. That's all it's to it though. If you're gonna be more focused on what the man is lacking, tell us like where you're lacking. What are you
That's what I
improving
just
on?
said. That's what I just said.
But see, Lola, this is where I think you're.
You just came.
No. But Lola's got a point. And one thing I can say about Lola, like she's consistent across the board. That's why I asked her about the female side. So she's like, nah, you need to be getting your stuff together and stuff. But the lady, she was just one sided, and they was pretty much just like, hey, we want to get your bread and like, go shopping and stuff. They wasn't on no like, hey, you need to get more money for like getting yourself together and like investing in your future and stuff. So they just like, look, we want to go buy some Birkin bags and shit.
Look at the chick though. She's looking for a Birkin bag. She's looking for this, looking for that. She wouldn't be looking for that if she was like me and she buy her own bag. Like she wouldn't. She looking for a dude to do it because somebody told her all you need is a fat ass and some pretty makeup and you can just garner all a man's money. And men don't like that, but they keep on getting, as Lady Di said, jumping in the trap because they dumb as fuck. Like they keep on. And I'm telling you, stop dating broke females. Period. Do the math. If she got 2 kids and she live in New York, and you know how much money she need to make if she got 2 kids and she live in New York. You know how much money she got to make if she live on a certain side of Chicago versus another side, and she by herself. You already know that. So here's the thing: if a chick is telling you, I can't buy this, but you need a certain amount to buy this for me. Meanwhile, she ain't invested in you 5 minutes and shit. You already know you dealing with a broke bitch. You ain't dealing with no chick that's like, listen, I need a dude on my level that's making the same money I'm making. That's not what that is. So it's like, listen, y'all have just as much incentive to stop dating broke bitches as women that get money got to stop dating broke men. And by broke, you could make $100,000 a year and be broke. Okay, like you can't. So let's be clear. 50,000 is broke generally across the board, especially when you have kids and a family. But you can be broke at 100K. All right, for all y'all out here making a little over 100K, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and look, and we agree with you on that part. That's why we said like even earlier, right? We mentioned about like it's not about how much you make, it's about how much like you're able to save. But then also too, when it comes to all this stuff, right? It's like it's basically all like your priorities. I was gonna say something else, but I kind of lost my train of thought. But I get you, Lola.
But Lola, let me ask you a question because you got some logic. I like where you because I tell dudes all the time, man, get you a female that got some education, got her stuff together, man, and y'all build with each other. So I definitely feel that. But do you think 2 broke people should be with each other? Because like you said, 50,000. What is that? Like a teacher salary in some places, right? So do you think like 2 teachers could combine and move forward?
I think the reason why 2 teachers can do it, one, because they in the same industry, so their lifestyles already match. Like that's an element of relationships that it does exist, that have to exist, right? At the same time, if neither of them have any children, right, then essentially they dating at their level. If you 50K in it and you by yourself and you dating another dude 50K in it and he by himself, that's your level. That's where you need to be. But if you making 50K as a female and you talking about, what he need to make and you ain't making near that and you can't, and you putting demands on somebody else, listen, no, you dating, no, that's not what it is. So all I'm saying is that is an ideal circumstance. It's just like with me. If I find somebody dating that I date in my field, making roughly the same amount of money I have, and he got the same amount of problems I got and bills I got, I'm dating right where I need to be at. Like, for real. So, yeah, like, I agree.
I'm going to call Cap.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to call Cap.
Apply pressure, Stan.
And I'm going
she wildin', Stan.
No problem.
I do the
Thank
math.
you, Summer, for tuning in.
I do the math because I'm putting like, yes, 50K is like, I'm doing the math. That's $4,000 a month, which is $48,000 you got to spend and live through. And you can go on dates. The reason why it might seem a lot is because he's not just only dating you, he's dating other women. So I can't spend all that money on you. Now I'm gonna put the Tommy out. This is the Tommy. And since I got called since Quantum called me Tommy, like, look, we got Groupon. I could take you on these little night dates to the museum. I can meet you after the club because everything closed down and the only thing left for us to eat is at a diner or a fast food chain, and then we go to your house. I just got eliminate places that cost too much money and crunch that time in the place that we got together, which means that you can't spend all my money.
Okay.
It's a hustle out there. So like men been doing that for decades. I think we got to the point a lot of people forgot that life skill. That's a life skill, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's a life skill. Like if she likes you, if she hungry, she gonna eat. She gonna eat.
Hey, but look,
Groupon to what's that place that women said they didn't want to go eat, but they gonna eat it anyway? Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, they going to some cheesecake.
You know what I'm saying? If I got a Groupon for dinner, what you gonna do? You ain't paying for it, and everything's on the phone like Apple Pay.
Hey, make sure y'all get the likes up as well.
You know what I'm saying? Paying for coffee at Starbucks. I already got them stuff from my job, and they already gave me the gift cards. I would have had that up. What you want to book? I already got coupons and everything else on Amazon. Which one you want? Let me go ahead and send it to your house or to a locker so you can pick it up. I already know.
Hey, let's pull up that video one more time because I want Wally to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely pull that out, right? Let's see. Right, we'll go back to I think it's this mark right here. On a side note, she ain't that bad looking for a big woman though.
Go shopping to make you a little boomerang, and now your bank account is suffering until he gives you another chance.
Right.
You don't know how long that's going to be, how long it's going to last.
That's true.
So realistically, you just have to be wise with who you date.
Appreciate it.
Man, you can easily slip into a situation with a woman that keeps you stagnant and at the bottom. If you get with a woman that's moving and she's got, what I say now? Motion?
Yeah.
A little motion. I got motion. I got a little seasoning. A little aged, okay? Like fine wine. But yeah, when you got a little motion and you're in action,
right,
you can elevate a man easily, one that wants to be.
Right. Okay.
But if you're making $50K and you're looking for one of these, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. And it's not about my shoes cost this and my MAC makeup cost this. It ain't about that. It's about what experiences can you do for me? How can you elevate me mentally if you're still stuck at $50K and comfortable?
Right.
50K is not comfortable. I've made $50K before, and baby, I was getting yellow tags on the door all the time with my electric about to be shut off.
It's just not realistic.
It's not
It's the kind of
fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be at 50.
It's not.
So for the fellas that's making 50, use this little word to inspire you to tap into the things that you know. Knowledge is the new currency.
Right.
Okay. So if a man gets it with a woman, actually, you still gotta be doing something.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on. Let me get my intake on this one, right? Okay. Now, this kind of goes back to what Mr. Best in the World was saying, that when somebody was like hurt, like her, again, she told her narrative. She knew what it felt like making $50K a year, and in her opinion, she felt like she was on struggle mode. Now, again, look, I'm gonna be realistic. Sometimes, man, look, we know like the more money we have, and if we're able to utilize the money that we have, we'll be a little bit more happier than just the constant struggle of paying bills, and especially being in debt. Now, you know, she probably didn't even elaborate. Maybe she probably had like high debts that she had to pay off. And I'm telling you, it's no fun when you're, especially living in California. I don't even know where she lived at, but if you live in California, bro, like you struggling out there. Making $50K a year, I'm telling you right now, especially if you're single by yourself, it struggles feels for you. You gotta be at least making a certain threshold just to be able to like pay for like I'm not pay to rent a stupid ass apartment. That's like 2,000, 3,000. You know what I mean? That's pretty much your entire paycheck. Because after taxes and all that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you making too much for a single person." Even for married people, shoot, IRS will always be telling us, "Oh, y'all making too much," but then yet you're taxing us. You're supposed to be taxing us at the maximum, but the maximum that your taxes is not even good enough. Anyways,
But
I feel what you're saying though in some cases.
Nah, because facts, yeah. I mean, money only goes but so far. But my thing is just like when people shouldn't be dating. It's just like, man, you should find somebody that's closer in line with you. Because it's like if you're going to school and stuff, then it's just like, so when she's like, you shouldn't be dating, that's stupid. Because it's just like at the end of the day, man, it's kind of dangerous. Because say like a guy just hones in, doesn't like interact with no females and stuff, and eventually say he like starts getting this stuff together, he starts climbing up the ladder a little bit. Mm-hmm. Those are the dudes that get picked off the most because they'll go and then they jump in there. They don't have no experiences with women. Then the women clean them out. So that's why I'm saying you should be dating, to a certain degree. Women that's closer to you, like you should definitely advance, not pump all the money into them, right. But just what she's saying, like you shouldn't be dating at all. That's dumb because them guys once they get they stuff together, they're gonna be thirsty as hell.
But see, that's why I miss like friends. Wait, 1 second, Mr. Best. I'll make it quick. But that's why I miss like the friends with benefits type of thing, right? Because with friends with benefits, if you're just that dude, you ain't gotta spend a dime. You just go on casual little dates here and there too, and you get the experience and you learn from it. Or if you're the type of guy that you spend a little bit, you still learn through experience. So that part I do agree with you. Go ahead, Mr. Best.
Yeah. So the problem. This is the thing, right? Telling people to not date based on their economic status is just not. It's not even. It doesn't even make sense, right? It's not going to happen. People are not going to do that. People are going to be sociable. They're going to date. They're going to meet people. That's what's going to happen, okay? Let's just stop the cap and the BS. Now, salute, she stole my thunder. So I should do the intro in a second, M3, for she stole my thunder. I just want to make my point real quick so I don't forget. You know what I mean? So my thing is this, right? What has to happen, and this is the true thing, right? Because I even know family members like this. I know family members who are like almost senior citizens who practice this type of behavior, right? This is the problem with people. When people get together and they're intimate, right? And this is a big, big problem in our community. People don't protect themselves, okay? They don't protect themselves from diseases. They don't protect themselves from kids, right? This is a real issue. And they don't know anything about protection, right? So they don't know where to find protection. Some of them don't even know how to use protection. I'm really serious. This is a real problem. Sex education is a big, big, big thing in our community. You know what I mean? And it's something that's lacking. And we just think that everybody knows about it. Hey, man, you should know to, wear protection if you're with a woman, or you should know where to find protection, or you should know how to put it on or whatever. Some men don't know. You know what I mean? Some men don't even know about KY jelly and lubricants and all that. Some men don't know about this stuff. Some women don't know about this stuff. Some women don't know about their pH balance or the effects of birth control and all that. Some of them don't know. I mean, you'll be surprised, but some of them really don't know. Vic, what up, baby? Some of them really, really don't know. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And that is the truth. So I think what we have to do is just start, educating our people. You know what I'm saying? Because we know they're gonna get together, right? We know people gonna get together. Let's just kind of stop living in this fantasy world that I only got 50K, I'm not gonna touch nobody. That's never gonna happen, okay? Never ever gonna happen, okay? In fact, they may be touching people even more because they have more time in their hand, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. I was about to say, ain't they probably fucking more than everybody else?
Yeah. So with that being said, how do you avoid a lot of situations? We basically stress the importance of sex education, right? If we're teaching the importance of sex education, we avoid disease and we avoid children that are not being taken care of legitimately, right? Hey, Grace, what's going on?
Hey,
good, Grace.
So You know what I mean? I can tell Grace just came back from the gymnasium. You know what I mean? Getting her both legs on. I see you, girl.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I was saying, okay.
She told me she was going today, so I know. So with that being said, you know what I mean? That is a big thing in our community, right? And then from there, when we're not teaching these things, right? Of course, we're not teaching people how to build functional relationships that are actually healthy, right? So I'm not educating you on how to be intimate. I'm not educating you how to build a legacy with someone. There's no education at all. We're just telling people, go out and meet somebody nice, right? But now we're not teaching them the tools they need so they're actually protecting themselves. You know what I mean? And so now when they get a disease or they get a child or whatever, now they're like a deer in the headlights. They don't know what to do. I can't afford this baby. Oh no, duh. We know you can't afford a baby. You can barely afford to live. You know what I mean? I didn't caught the disease. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I know you caught the disease because you're not protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know birth control was gonna do this to my body. Well, okay, well, there's other ways you can protect yourself that's similar to birth control that maybe you can investigate and do so you're not, you know what I mean, creating disease or creating babies out here and you're not basically bringing in a bunch of kids that you can't take care of and that other people who work hard have to take care of. You know what I'm saying? But we're not teaching our people this. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've had grown people, grown men, grown family members tell me, I don't like using that stuff, or I don't really know about using that stuff. This is a real thing. So this is, and I know you're shaking your head, Grace, but this is a real thing in our community. We gotta start teaching each other about educating ourselves intimately and about building a legacy and what's the importance of it. And that's what I gotta say.
Before I get to Victor Freeze and Brace of Grace, I gotta play my little song for Miss She Stole My Thunder. If she's still in the building, because when the raindrops fall from the sky, we got Defiance of All from Canada. So salutes to She Stole My Thunder, my fellow Canadian. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. Victor Freeze, man, always good seeing my brother. And Embrace the Grace, you are looking great. I just want to let you know that.
I just came from the gym.
Hey, sometimes it's that gym glow, man, that makes you look great. No makeup, no nothing.
Wait, was that Biggie in the camera? Biggie.
Yeah.
Hey,
let me say this, Mr. Best. I agree with you because we just had personal hygiene show where we had to literally tell people to use a washcloth, but the fact remains is that let's talk about the definition of dating, because that could mean a lot of different things for people. Dating is the process of getting to know somebody, and what does it matter what that person makes? These women want a man to make 50 G's, but you're working at McDonald's. We're not on even playing field. You want a man to do this, you want a man to do that. You have all these unrealistic expectations, but what the fuck do you bring to the table? You think pussy is enough? See, they're delusional. They think just because they got a box that's enough for them. Shit, I would love a man to take me to the Cheesecake Factory. That's good enough for me. But a woman that can't even pronounce filet mignon, wants to be taken to Ruth Chris. And Lola was kind of right. Y'all men need to recognize these kind of women and stop dating these kind of women. The dude that I'm dating, he's not rich. He don't have a lot of money, but you know what? He's ambitious. He's got 4 or 5 streams of income. So I know if the day goes down, I'll be good. I'll be taken care of. And then I'm there building with him as well. But women are so busy and so interested in a man's pocket. What about the man's character? Does he have integrity? Does he takes care of his children? Does he love his mom? Is he God-fearing? We're so busy on just money. You can have everything today and have nothing tomorrow. What are you going to do? Leave the man? And most women do, because most women are trained to use men for their resources rather than the man. And that's the problem with modern women. They don't respect, appreciate, or value men. And until we get to that root of the problem, modern women are going to buy a dog and die alone. Because most women that talk like that are single.
Question.
If you look at it.
Quick question.
I'm sending Grace a Cash App.
Yeah. Quick question before I get to Vic. Okay, so when most men are taught to pretty much utilize a man's resources for survival, is it the responsibility on the men or the woman, or is it both equally?
First of all, if you're a grown woman, it's called adulting. You don't get a gold star. You're supposed to take care of yourself. You're supposed to feed and clothe and house yourself first. A man is supposed to come in and provide and protect and add to that. You don't get a gold star for that's what adults do. I'm a grown ass woman and I pay my own bills and do. Now, when I need help once in a while, do I call my dude? Hell yeah, boom, it's right there for me. But I don't use him. I don't make it a habit. And it's the same thing with me. Reciprocation. You know, one day he was talking about, oh, I need this. I'm gonna ask my mama. You're gonna ask your mama? The fuck am I here for? I got insulted. And in the middle of him saying that sentence, it was already cashed out. You know, so you don't need to ask for your mama for shit if I'm in your life.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? It goes both ways, but women just want to take, but don't want to give back. And again, it starts with y'all men, and it's going to end with y'all men. Y'all want to go through this bullshit with these raggedy ass women? Then that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't be misled by the little head.
absolutely, Michelle. Okay, well said. I appreciate that, Grace. Salute to Vic, man. How you doing?
Peace. Into the third, my brother. What's going? Peace to the
Thank you.
panel, everybody. I'm not gonna call you individually, but love. My 2 cents. I have to salute everything that Grace just said.
Mhm.
I think it is true, and the overarching point she closed with, which was the theme, is it's on men. The same way it's on men to reset the moral code of the country, uh, the expectations in every category. It's up to men to set that bar. Um, because we've kind of just let propaganda set the culture. Because I'm not gonna blame it on women. This is a part of the game to get the consumer to spend more money. Period. And somebody ate the apple because somebody told them it was a good idea. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like then you say, okay, well, now you eat, even though you know better. For me, for my sake, because this is what you want, ain't it? And knowingly, men take these bad deals. They're not being misled. They understand. If they were a gold digger, they know that shit. But the question is, can you ball past it? Can you stand on it? Does it make you feel like I need to go harder? Or does it make you feel like she's asking too much? Those is two different classes of men. And I think that we could look at it as a negative and bitch and moan about the position that women have momentarily taken in this generation. Or we could set the bar again, which would help the country as a whole. Let's imagine if 100K, without it being quote unquote unreasonable, because the average nigga don't want to do more than what will be asked of him for more than $25 an hour. He's okay, long as he got 2K and this bitch fuck him sometimes.
Hmm.
She don't suck his dick no more. But as long as he can get access for sure, he gonna sit through it. And he's not gonna strive any more than she requires of him. He's letting her set his bar. And the idea of women setting the bar higher for men doesn't bother me because that's almost what you need now, unfortunately, just to afford to have a family. The young lady Lola was just saying earlier about how dating a broke woman is because she's instantly in need and she's already been trained and it's socially acceptable for her to ask you or to want or require, no matter how she approaches you about it.
Mhm.
She's in need, so she's going to have situations where she's going to need you to save her, and every single time that you can't do it, it's going to make you feel bad, and it's going to make her lose confidence in you. So it's always going to add a damper to your relationship. Now, keep in mind, Grace said something very important. She said, "What's the definition of dating?" I'm saying when people say date these days, they mean fucking. Period. They ain't trying to get to know nothing. They trying to see if you cool enough to be fucking on. Can they disqualify you from something? So at the end of the day, as long as you don't play yourself or if you can hide who you really are long enough, people don't want to wait long enough to see who you really are. So if people are having this unprotected sex, just like Mr. Best was just talking about, nobody's in the fact. There's a reason why they have to force condoms down your throat and give them to you for free. Because niggas don't want to do that, whether it's for whatever reason that they believe. But what's not happening is people's not having a bunch of protected sex. So what you having is all of these broken homes, the nuclear family, and that ain't. It don't mean shit. You got a broke bitch, you a broke nigga, and now neither one of y'all can't save each other, and the kids stuck in the middle of it. Now the government all in your business, trying to tell you what the fuck to do. So it's a bad setup, regardless. So even though we might not like the fact that women are asking or setting this bar, should be something I think that we need to honestly, as men, reconsider where we setting our own bar at this point. That's all I got.
Okay, real quick,
let me
family.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying real quick, family. Probably like in 5 or 10 minutes, we're gonna have to close out. But go ahead, sophisticated jerk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like what Victor and what Grace was talking about, and I do agree with Victor. You know, we do need to set them standards higher and stuff, push for that. So with the lady in the video wasn't totally off, but it was just like when she was one-sided, because it's just like a lot of times I hate these conversations, and I that's why I asked Lola, and I'm glad Lola addressed it on both sides, because it's just like we last place, man. Like, you know, and that's one thing that irritates me when, you know, like females be like in some of these conversations, like, I'm not going to work with a man. I don't want to be a roommate or, you know, contribute to the house. It's like, no, you both go in there and we need to be playing catch up, you know? So it's like all hands on deck type of situation. Like you were saying, it's like, yeah, let's set the bar, you know, higher for ourselves, but they need to do it on that side too. And we need to stop being so materialistic when we in last place, man. Like, but I like what Grace was saying about the reciprocation, because it's just like when she was like, when her man came, he was like talking about reaching out to his mom, she held him down. So it's just like, seems like all that is missing from these conversations and stuff. So no, I definitely like what y'all said. I just wanted to recap that. So you would spend some knowledge.
Let me make this point, family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My bad, bro.
No, you good, man. Go ahead.
I want to make this point too, and this is the thing, right? She's only, and this is the part I want to speak to the delusional part that Grace brought up, right? Mm-hmm. She's only delusional if she's not willing to live with her results. If she's willing to live and die in her results, then she's not delusional, right? Somebody who's delusional is somebody who wants all these lofty expectations, but they're not willing to stand on it, right? They're not willing to completely, really go all the way to the end with it. If she's willing to really go all the way to the end, to the grave with this, I respect it. I respect her game. As crazy as it may sound to some people, I respect it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like,
Mr. Best, she was a little delusional though.
No, don't. Like I said, people. Like I said, to me, if you're only delusional if you're not willing to go to the grave with your results.
She said she was hot. That's where the delusion came.
Yeah, that's the problem I had a problem with. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, each his own. Some men like women that are more heavy set or not as shapely or not in shape, right? Some men like that. It is what it is, right? So to some men, she may be hot, right? You know what I mean? You guys may have a different criteria of beauty, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not telling y'all what to like and what not to like. That's on y'all. Y'all grown men. But for some men, she may be a good-looking man, or they may find her hot, right? I don't think she's an ugly woman at all. You know what I'm saying? I just like I said, I'm more looking at her character and who she is, right? And of course, people gonna say that they're good looking or they feel like they have things going on, especially if they're making a certain amount of money, which seems like she probably is, right? So of course she's going to make herself and present herself in a good way. Why wouldn't she? Right? She probably worked hard to get to a certain point in life, right? So she's worked hard to get to a certain point in life, and she says she has. I think she says she has a career or multiple businesses or whatever she says she has. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that. My only thing is that when it comes to her standards, right? You know what I mean? If she's willing, like I said, if she's willing to go all the way to the graveyard with it, I respect it. You know what I mean? Just like I respect anybody who, if they believe in something, and you want to die for it, and you want to stand on it to the point where you're not here, I respect it. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, all right? But I dang sure respect it if you want to go all out. Because that shows me that you're really real about what you're saying. And I respect people who really stick to what they say and who they are. You know what I'm saying? So if she wanted to charge it to the game to that point, but she wanted to go all out for it, hey, that's on her. And maybe she may find a man that fits all those criteria. Maybe she will. You know what I mean? But the chances on you really finding romance anyway is very low anyway, just on a common level. So I think when you start putting more criteria on it, it could be a little more harder for her. But like Vic said, we should have a level of morals and standards anyway. Mm-hmm. That should be something that's actually celebrated and actually implored to do. So yeah.
Now, besides just like with the individual like herself, because we don't know what she really does or whatever unless we actually watch the entire video and she runs down through everything. It is just in general, we always hear people, men and women, use certain talking points, and then we know outside the camera they're totally different. So
female incels. Just call it female incels.
Okay, you could call it female incels, but look, she probably be that type of guy. That type of woman that Mr. Best says. If she stands on her word, okay, that's a difference. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna argue with you. That's your standard. That's what you want. That's what makes you happy. I hope you find that. But a lot of times, all you need to do is just find the right, like maybe the Pookie Drake or the Ray Ray Drake, the broke Drake or whatever, right? That would just come into her life, or someone that looked like Norris Chestnut, but broke. And I'm for sure she'll change her mind. So
no, but I'll say the only issue I have with like the stuff she's saying, apply the standard to yourself. Like, and I like what Mr. Best was saying, like, hey, if you're willing to stand on it, I have no issue with it. But to apply that, like, everybody under 50K should be dating. You can't apply your standard to everybody else. Like, I have high standards for myself. So I will try to educate people or break it down, but I'm not going to apply my standard to everybody else. And that's where I had the issue with her statement. Because it's almost like, hey, I got my stuff now, so I'm going to shit on everybody else. It's like, I make high money. I'm not going to go and like stun on everybody like that. Oh, y'all should be dating now that I made it. What happened? What did I do when I was like under 50,000? Because everybody, like I said, you don't start off at like 6 digits and stuff. So you was at one point broke and you was dating. So I guarantee.
Started out like making 10,000 a year, and we was pulling in a lot.
But
10,000.
But she referring for us to date guys to date people like her though, right? So she was a little bit specific about it. She was like, "Hey, if you're gonna date somebody like me, okay, then you need to step your game up and make this certain type of criteria in order for you to even get this date with someone like me, like her, basically." So,
hey, I want to ask a question.
So did she say you need to make 50K to date her, or you shouldn't be dating at all?
She said at all.
No, okay.
She said at all.
Yeah, you shouldn't be dating at all if you're trying, especially if you're trying to get a woman like her.
She said a baddie like her.
Remember, they're all Beyonce. They're all 10s.
Here's the reality. Here's the reality though. If you're making less than 50K, you is probably having a hard go at it, and you probably can't do all the things you want to do or help the people you want to do. You're definitely not at your potential as a man, I don't believe, in my personal opinion. So not to like shit on you if you're not there yet. I'm saying that just know you're not there yet. So the reality is, if you're in that status, then your grind ain't finished. You can't retire yet. You got to keep working. Ergo, if you need to be focused on your mission, everybody understands that women require 2 things: time and attention. Now they might require all the rest of the stuff, but those are two things that they're gonna require from you if you actually in a situation with them, and it ain't just a sneaky link late night get your rocks off shit. So if you got to sit up with her on the phone because she feeling some type of way because somebody chumped her ass off at the job or whatever the case may be, every one of them hours you log in with her is one of them hours you're not logging in on your mission. You kind of already have to be in stride to pick somebody else's weight up to get your bike rolling, right? If somebody want to jump on the back of your bike, say, hey, get on the pegs or get on the handlebars. The hardest step to make is the first couple. But if you can get started and you can get somebody skilled enough that can see your rhythm and jump on while you already got that thing rolling at a safe speed, oh, that's an easy transition. And I feel like not that you couldn't do it, but you basically putting all of your money to the middle of the table every time you do that. Because you get it. You broke, your girl broke, y'all get a baby, now what? How realistic is that? That's the most likely outcome, that you probably still gonna be broke by the time y'all fuck long enough, unprotected, and get a child. And then now, if you thought your grind was hard, now you limit it. You can't just pick up and move to a city that make more sense because your kids in school. You have to consider all of the other factors. So I'm saying, just being realistic. What sense does it make to try to date before that point, unless you're dating up? Now, I think that could be a new standard.
Well, for
But
men,
let's keep it real. People not dating up to get
You need to
married.
get a chick or something.
But nobody's really
What's that again?
dating up to get married. Nobody's dating up to get married. It's ideal for other races of women when they date up. The goal is to get married. Our people, when we date up, is to get a Birkin bag, to go ahead and show off, to go on vacations.
That's
But
a
you know,
handful of social media people. Everybody ain't moving like that. Everybody
but
don't
but
want
but,
to.
but that's what they say, and that's the expectation. It starts the standard. My question is this, right? All of us agree that it starts with men. We talked about this earlier, right?
yeah, facts. I
If it's
agree.
all with us, right? Then let's go ahead. Like, what would it look like? And this could be for next week or for another show, right? What will it look like that it costs you as a man when you do something foolish? On the big level, if you're an NBA player and you having multiple kids out of marriage, guess what? You lost your contract. We can't have this no more.
So you're talking about like a
But what did it look like?
male
You talking about
penalty
like a
system. I like that. Nah, we
Sprewell.
definitely have to have that show,
Like
man.
What's that, Miss Best?
Sorry about that.
he talking about like a Sprewell or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, what does it look like when it costs you? Or like what happened with Zion in Louisiana, when they find out like, oh man, you doing all this other stuff, we're gonna have to pull away your contract, no money, move on to the next. What's going to look like? Because I remember ESPN used to have this show for rookies, right? Football players, and one thing they had was like, you can't bring women into the dorms. And one guy snuck in his girlfriend. She kept on pressuring him, and they like, okay, brought her in. And they're like, well, we have to let you go. So I'm like, okay, what would happen if we apply that to everything in our lives? Okay, you work,
Who's gonna set that standard?
but they already do that sometimes at regular jobs. Like, wait a minute, you're an influencer, and this is not what we agreed on. We're pulling this away from you. If you throw something that if you're on a video where you're being mean to a McDonald's worker, you get fired, even though your job is not like high level or in front of the cameras. But it's stuff like that to regulate behaviors. So what does it look like to? Because for us men, we learn from loss. We can do all this talking, but two things happen to us when we get caught and we lose. We do change. For men,
Yeah, we got to get more in prevention, man. Where I think we need to stop losing. I
but
think
we're
that's
not
the
getting
issue.
it though, right? Because if we keep on having these conversations about people got to have the money, and let's be clear, even in California, you're poor making $200K a year. That's considered poverty level for a single person making $200K a year in California. All of us on the poverty level.
Damn.
So before anybody think about money, no matter how much money, because California, you get taxed 3 times.
Mm.
You get taxed federal, you get taxed state, and you get taxed by your district. And that one you don't
y'all
get
brothers
back.
better move to Iowa or something. Stop playing.
I want to go to Iowa because the white girls are trying to get married and make babies.
But what you're asking, as far like, should there be a penalty for a man if they are like in the NBA or if they have a certain profession, right? I think the penalty, just like for somebody,
like, what does it look like for us? Like, because
we're
in control.
I agree with you. I think that certain men should, whether because they have a system called RIAS, right? Where if you haven't taken care of your child, even if they're an adult, you got to pay all the back child support if the woman has been paying for all that time, right? So I think there are things in place. Now, should it be completely mandatory at times? I believe it should be case by case, right? So, you know what I mean? I don't think it should be every man, but it should be certain men should have to pay if they have not taken care of a child completely. Well, and if they have multiple kids, of course, definitely. Or just one kid, it doesn't matter. So, but you know what I mean? So I think that's definitely a thing. Now, I think when it comes to men who are in a higher, who live, right, as far as like Hollywood life, or they are living in a higher standard, right, that should still apply. But I think also, if you look at somebody like a Sprewell, right, Latrell Sprewell, I think he has like 9 or 10 kids, or however many kids he has. He has a lot of kids, right? And even himself, he said that he didn't make enough money throughout his career to take care of all his kids. Now, if you look at his contracts, he signed some major contracts, right? But he said he still wasn't able to take care of all of them. So he's already suffering based on his decisions, right? And he even said, like, man, if I could go back, like, I kind of would have been more responsible, right? I would have basically been more conscious of the decisions that I was making. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, life has no favoritism. So if you are out here making all these kids, right, a lot of times the penalty is that, you know what I mean, you're not able to completely take care of them. You know what I'm saying? And then another penalty is that, you know what I mean, in life, those kids are now not going to have the relationship that you want to have with them. And now that's going to haunt you. You know what I mean? That's going to really affect you and hurt you. If you care about the kids. Because some of these guys don't care about the kids. I'm just going to be completely real. Some of you guys out here, you making all these kids and y'all don't really care about them. You may save face and act like you care about the kids because you don't want to seem like you're a bad person. But a lot of y'all didn't. Y'all didn't want the kid in the first place, and y'all really don't care about the kid. I'm just gonna keep it real. But for those who do, right, it's going to affect your relationship with that child because you're not gonna be able to really take care of them or really invest in them. So now you have broken relationships, and now there's a lot of things that need to be healed and a lot of things that need to be worked out. Right? Look at the late great DMX with his oldest son. Right? I don't know if you ever seen an episode when it was on what's that lady's name? Ayala Van Zant, right?
Yeah.
It was him and his oldest son, right? And you probably seen it, Stan. So much trauma there. So many issues, right? And DMX he was hugely successful, God rest his soul. But yo, look at all that stuff that occurred. Even with all that money, that still could not manifest a good relationship with his son. You know what I mean? So that's what will happen. But I'm gonna land my plane because I know these brothers gotta get out of here. You know what I mean?
But real quick, quick, when you say about child support, it's important that people understand, like, when people got divorced with the child support, people got to know, like, the goal for that was for you not to have a second family. The reason why a lot of people are paying so much, the goal is for you not to have a second family. So you don't start off so easily. And that was the goal for a lot of things for child support. Well, I'm speaking more like for men in general, like what would happen to our lives if, like, your boss find out that the money that you make, you're going out to nightclubs and you sipping. Oh, you sipping?
You said a sipping tax? That's what we need.
All right,
real quick. What it look like for us?
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
To continue this conversation because I'm about to wrap it up and I'm about to end the stream. So I got 1 minute before I'm about to go head out. But look, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. Stan, much appreciated. Wally, appreciate it. Salute to Mr. Best. Embrace
His name
the grace.
is E2 Wally. E2 Wally.
But thank you everybody for tuning in. Vic, man, salute to you, man. Thank you for showing up on the
platform. Shout out to you, Vic.
So, yeah. I'm gonna put everybody in the back real quick. Hold on for a second. And then okay, oops, hold on. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Reckless Reviews with M3 and the Sophisticated Jerk. Again, another great banger on the show, as always. Won't keep up with the fire, man, of the content. Just make sure that you guys subscribe to the Intellectual Soapbox and subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships here on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys get the likes up on both platforms and other platforms as well, too. And also, again, major shout outs to, if I could pull this up in the chat, major shout outs to Embrace the Grace with the $5 donation. So again, thank you, sis, for even come up on the platform as well too and showing us some love. So much appreciated. Sophisticated Jerk, you have any final words?
Just like always, man. We find those scenarios and we always have like good discussions, man. So everybody that came up, man, had great perspectives, and that's the idea behind this. You start with a situation, it leads to like solutions and good topics and stuff. So definitely a good show. But real quick, I was when Mr. Best brought up that Spreewell, man, I never knew he made over like 150 million in his career. He only has like 200,000. So yeah, he was spot on when people blow that money like that and make bad moves, man. Yeah, that's sad. Other than that, I have nothing else, man.
Oh damn, man. That's a fail on that one.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. Tune in again next time. We're going back to our Saturday morning shows. Today we'll still for a special one for you guys. But again, look, make sure, man, you guys get your papers up. But more so, man, just get your carrot up as well too, man. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys and ladies get your minds right. And we are definitely out. Quantum says, when you lose it, your chick's supposed to help you rebuild.
Facts.
Hey, but this is 2024, man. So tough luck.
Shout out to Quantum with them comments.
For sure. All right, salute you guys, man, and thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to Knowledge Relationships. Help us to get the subscribers up there, and also support the Intellectual Soapbox. Embrace the Grace, Smitty's channel, and also don't forget to tune into Manifest. Damn, okay. Why am I pronouncing it so wrong? Go ahead, shout out Sophisticated Jerk. I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation.
Tune in to Manic Sophistication. That's my channel over there. So yeah, just tune in and support. Definitely you'll catch me over here. Love chopping it up with these brothers over here. Great platform. So yeah, you'll see me over here quite a bit. But that's the channel.
Yeah. All right, for sure, man. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Peace.